Howdy boys. So these gifts you're going to be receiving are going to be handmade, sort of. They're going to be hand tuned, pretty much tip to butt. So Harbor Freight makes these. They are little hand hatchets, and they're pretty good for what they are. Oops. Sorry the lighting's so terrible down here. I'll switch it once I'm actually working on them, but all I've got is this massive overhead for right now. But they're pretty good for what they are. They're just, you know, they're made for, they're pretty cheap, but they've got a solid foundation or whatever. They're made for pretty much just splitting, but the stuff I'm gonna do to them is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reshape the blade so that it's pretty thick right here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reshape that. You'll see on, I've got 3 of them here because I'm gonna customize all 3 of them. So I'm gonna reshape the blade here, and on the backs of all of them, the backs are kind of wonky, so I'm gonna flatten that out, and then I'm going to take this top part down just a little bit with some sandpaper, and then I'm going to, because when you use these, it tends to give you calluses. So I'm gonna scrape the handle, I'm gonna sand it down, I'm gonna restain it with some linseed oil. I'm gonna drill a hole here for some paracord, and then I'm gonna do some leather working up here, just for, you know, accidental strikes, just to protect this portion of it. And I think that's kind of the gist of it. I'm gonna start just right now with just getting rid of these stickers, and then I'm gonna have to do the reshaping of the blade out at the farm just because I don't have a belt sander in town here. But yep, I think that's what we're gonna get started with. So all right, got my stickers off there. I am gonna just take my knife really quick. I'm just gonna go over it at a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to remove the finish off of here, just real lightly. And then I'm just gonna sand it down after that, and then put my oil in there. So I'll show you that quick. Just gonna go around the whole knife like this, or the whole handle like this. Just gonna get that finish off there. Gonna do that on all 3 of them. All right, I got all of the stuff, all the varnish, best I could, stripped down from the hatchets. I'm going to leave all of the blade stuff until I can take it out to the farm to work on. Right now I'm just going to focus on handle stuff. I'm waiting for my leather, but I can handle all the varnish and everything like that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sand, just hit it with some low grit sandpaper real quick, just to make sure I got as much of the varnish off as I can. And then I'm going to burn it a little bit. Some people burn posts before they put them in the ground. It offers a little bit of protection. It's gonna just make it look a little bit nicer too, give it kind of that hickory look when I put the oil on. This is the first time I've ever done this, so hoping that it turns out good. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so got all of them sanded down with just some 120 grit. Got all of the varnish off best I can. I mean, I don't think there's any, maybe a little bit left on the bottoms there, but I mean, unless I went out to the farm and got the wire wheel, I mean, I'd maybe get a little bit more of that off, but good enough. I'm liking how they're turning out so far. Now the next step is, I think I'm going to burn them. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, get that set up. Not gonna time lapse that one, you're just gonna watch it. All right, let's get her done. Yeah, there's something about this one. I don't know what's going on with it. But interested to see how that varnish is going to do on this one. I think I'm going to leave that one a little bit lighter, just because I think that varnish is going to really darken that one up. Give it a hint on that backside right there, and then I'm going to leave that. Can't hardly, I'm gonna melt that clip there if I get too close. There we go. Alright, I kind of want to give one of these just like a super unique mark, but I better not. I'll give one of it a super black, like long streak right here. That one will go to Spencer, I think. There we go. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and let these cool down for just a couple of seconds here, and then whew, those suckers are hot. And then I'll go ahead and apply the varnish, and we'll see how it looks. All right. So I did go ahead and darken up these two just a little bit, and I actually went ahead and darkened up the other one just a little bit, anyways. I don't know if you can do it with the oil on. I did it anyways. Whatever. It looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and darken up, or we're gonna go ahead and put the oil on these two, see how they look. When I darkened it up, I mean, these two look fabulous. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how they look with the oil on it. I think they're gonna be thirsty gals. Wow, this one looks really fucking cool. I think this one is the coolest out of the bunch, just with the wood grain on it. This one is very unique. This one is like, I'm curious to see how this one's gonna look with the oil. I think this one's gonna be the darkest out of the bunch. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. I'm really happy with how these are turning out so far. Just because of everything. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. All right, now this one is, wow, that took on a color I did not really expect, honestly. I was expecting this one to be kind of dull, but that turned out gorgeous there. Wow, that has a lot of depth of color in it. Kind of looks like those epoxy tables a little bit. And I'll go ahead and I'll put, this is how that first one, this is how it dried. So, I mean, and I darkened it up just a little bit. So, I mean, it turned out just as good as these two, in my opinion. And this one still needs another coat of oil. I mean, I'll give it as many coats as it'll take. So, yeah, very happy, very happy. So I'll go ahead and check back in when I've got all of the coats on and they're completed with the handles at least. All right, well, this is them after all of the linseed oil is wiped off and everything. I think I got 3 coats on here, and then I wiped everything off. So I think that they turned out really pretty good. Really like this one too. This one turned out really nice. So that's and this is that very first one that I did that was just a little bit lighter than the other two, but I think that this one turned out really nice as well. So yeah, that's the only thing I'll be doing now is, well, I guess not the only thing. I guess the next step is to reshape this to make it more of a cutting edge. And then I'm going to be sharpening up the blade. I'm going to be sanding this so there's access to this, flattening out this edge, doing the leather working onto here for overstrikes, and then putting a hole in here. And then I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put in here yet, if I'm going to do paracord or some type of leather strap. Haven't quite figured that out yet. But yep, so I'll cut to that now. So I'm gonna just kind of take the profile of the blade back so it's not so thick right here. I'm just gonna take it back a little bit, so I'm just gonna sketch that out, just kind of freehand it. See, I probably just kind of want to take it back like something probably like this. All right, we got everything marked out for these. Just gonna go ahead and get to work, taking back that edge geometry, and then I'm also gonna go ahead and flatten up that back like I said, and then I'm gonna do this top. I don't have that wire wheel one over here, but I'll probably just do that with sandpaper. blades profiled out. Took all the bulk, as much as the bulk as I wanted out of these. I noticed with the Harbor Freight axes, they're pretty inconsistent between the actual thicknesses on the heads. Between this one and that one, this one's, you know, a couple thou thicker than this one, but doesn't really matter. They turned out how I wanted them. I might take just a hand file and finish up a little bit on there. Also got the backs flattened out how I wanted it. So all it's left to do now is just pop some leather on here, do the stitching, and then pop a hole for some paracord down in the bottom. Forgot to record a bunch of this, but I'm just taking just a straight flat file here, and I'm just cleaning up any burrs or any edges that I didn't get perfectly with the grinder out there. So that's all I'm doing right now. That'll be about perfect. Alright, well, I think I've done everything that I'm going to do to them. I was going to pop a hole in the bottom of them for paracord, but I think I'm just going to leave it. I think it is going to be fine without it. And that's just another place for stuff to rot. So I am going to just hit the handles a little bit with some sandpaper, just because there's like one of them that's just a little rough, but other than that, they look great. I'm gonna take them outside and I'm gonna test them out just a little bit, make sure they're, you know, spick and span, and make sure I'm not giving you guys some faulty stuff. I got some 2x4s. I'll just split a couple of those. I got just a little bit of daylight left here, so I'm just gonna hit them with some some sandpaper here quick, clean up the handles, get some nice videos of them in some daylight here, and then yeah, I guess you'll be watching this and then you'll be getting them. Okay, perfect. Well, it protects from overstrikes. So whoever's getting this one, you're getting a slightly used one, but I guess you know that it works. Let's see, let's chop something else. Man, they really chop good. I mean, wow, these work really great. That is unfortunate about this. I will hit this with a little bit of dye before I give this to whoever is getting this one. A little bit of a flesh wound there, but whatever. That's what they're for. So I fully expect you guys to use these. I don't want these to be decorative pieces. These look awesome. I'm so happy with how these turned out. Yeah, very cool. This is what they all look like outside. Here's the other one. This is the darker one of the three. And then here's the lightest of them all. So yeah, very, very happy with how they all turned out. So happy groomsmen gifts, boys. Sorry it took 2 years.